Erik Erikson understands psychosocial development through the life cycle, presented by Veronica Bogan. Erik Erikson was born June 15, 1902 in Germany. His mother was Carla Abramson, who came from a prominent Jewish family in Copenhagen, Denmark, and was married to Valdemar Salmonsen. She became pregnant with Erik out of wedlock, and to avoid scandal, she moved to Germany, where Erik was born and given the surname Salmonsen. Little is known about his father except he was non-Jewish Dane. Erik was married to Joan Erikson, also known as Nee Sarah Surson, in 1930, and moved to the United States in 1993 to Boston with two small children. They had four children in all: K.T. Erikson, Joan Erikson, Sue Erikson, and Neil Erikson. Neil had Down syndrome and was institutionalized and was hardly ever visited. Erik Erikson did not have a formal degree but earned a certificate from the Marie Montessori School. He trained for psychoanalytic at Vienna Psychoanalytic Institute. He joined the Institute of Human Relations at Yale University. He was a professor at Harvard, professor of human development. He worked at Massachusetts General Hospital, and he also worked at the Judge Baker Guidance Center. Erik Erikson is known for the theory of psychodevelopment across the lifespan, which has 8 stages. The 8 stages are trust versus mistrust. Trust is a child's expectation that his needs will be met by his caregiver or parents, and that the world seems safe. Mistrust is when needs are unmet and the world seems unreliable, which is birth through 18 months. Autonomy versus shame, doubt. Autonomy is when children learn to do things on their own, such as dressing themselves, eating, and using the toilet. Shame, doubt is when a child is criticized and self-esteem becomes low. 18 months to 3 years of age. Initiative versus guilt. Initiative is when children are curious and are into things, take the lead in activities. Guilt is when they are criticized for or punished for doing things which can lead to self-doubt. Low self-esteem. This happens between ages 3 through 6. Industry versus inferiority. Industry is when children are successful at doing things. They feel like they are capable, feel like they can master anything. Inferiority is struggling or failing and having low self-esteem. This happens between the ages of 6 and 12. Identity versus role confusion. Identity is when you find out who you are and what they want to become. Role confusion is when children fail to be successful and are confused and uncertain and has a lack of directions. Happens between the ages of 12 and 18 years of age. Intimacy versus isolation. Intimacy is forming close relationship with others that requires trust and sharing yourself with others. Isolation is the inability to form meaningful, intimate relationships that may lead to depression or loneliness, ages 18 through 40. Generality versus stagnation. Generality is the desire to make a long lasting impression on the world, like parenting, mentoring, teaching. It makes your life seem like it's worth living. Stagnation is when you feel like you're not making a lasting impression on the world. This can lead to self absorption and a lack of growth, meaning you're stuck. You haven't fulfilled your role in life. That's how you feel. Integrity versus despair. Ego integrity is a sense of wholeness. You're satisfied with your life journey. You think you have accomplished everything that you wanted to do in life, and life is pleasing to you. You have a family, a nice job, home. You think you have lived a good life. Despair is a feeling of regret, bitterness, hatefulness. You think that your life has been a waste of time because you didn't accomplish the things that you thought you would have accomplished. This can lead to depression, isolation, and all other things. Erik Erikson was heavily influenced by Sigmund Freud and his daughter Anna Freud, and expanded on Freud's theories to create his own psychosocial theory of development. He believes social relationships played a key role in each stage of development. His theories went farther than just individual to examine how social and cultural contexts influence personal growth. Freud believed that human behavior is driven by unconscious motives and desires, often stemming from childhood experiences, and that the mind is composed of ID, ego, and superego. Erik Erikson continued to write and do research on psychosocial development until he passed away in May of 1994 at the age of 91 in Harwich, Massachusetts. He retired from being a professor at Harvard in 1970, but he still worked with his wife Joan doing research. His research did a concept on wisdom in old age, stating that old age is accomplished by positive resolutions of earlier developmental stage. There was some controversy with Erikson. And in conclusion, Erik Erikson psychosocial stages offer a framework for understanding human development from birth to old age. Thank you. Erik Erikson influence on today's teachers is that his psychosocial stages offer a framework for understanding human development from birth to old age. His theory is relevant today because it is discussed during mental health, identity formation, and societal influences. Teachers can create age-appropriate activities because of these stages, because it set up a roadmap for development. The end.